Let's go. I'm better than ever, they never been better than I. Regarded the hardest and I ain't even reaching my prime. They hate that I'm great and they faking I'm real as they come. So sit back and let me show you how the shit is done. My composition, my propositions, I'm raping the system. I'm killing the competition and all of y'all are my victims. Eyes and oohs as I'm ripping the instrumental. Lyrical, individual, never been sentimental. I'm so hot every time that beat drop. And when I say I'm raping the
What is good, boxing fans and gamers? It's your boy, Finance, the selfie commentator, back with another Fight Night Champion online ranked match. This video, of course, is sponsored by AMweight.com/Matthews Market. For all your nutritional supplement needs, make sure you go ahead and check out Matthews Market, as well as our new channel, the Bingo Hall of YouTube, where we take video quality content making to the extreme. Alright, so in this matchup here, we got Oscar De La Hoya going up against Sugar Ray Leonard in what will be a very inside brawling kind of style match. So I hope everybody watching the video does enjoy the gameplay. You guys have been questioning a lot more of the being on the inside and brawling and trying to do damage to your opponent. So it's exactly what it is that I try to bring you guys here in this matchup. So one thing I wanted to talk about is I just want to thank everybody who came out to the stream today. If you guys do not know, I've been streaming on Twitch, working on my ability to play PC games with a keyboard and mouse versus playing with a controller all the time. And then in the second half, like, we've been playing some Town of Salem, which is great for all you guys who just like to sit back and play a really good inquisitive game that involves trying to defend yourself. It's almost like Clue, but just a lot more funner if you get the right type of people in there. So definitely go ahead and check out the live stream, twitch.tv/FightNightsFinest8. Link can be found in the description, along with the comments of all of our sponsors and all that other good stuff and good jazz and everything else under the sun. So there's something I wanted to talk about that actually happened to me today, and at first I was just like, you know what, I'm not going to talk about it or whatever, because, you know, I felt like, you know, you talking about things actually is like you admitting that it happened to you. So part of me did not want to admit that this has happened to me, you know. So I was contemplating just streaming and trying to forget about it, and ultimately streaming and just chilling with you guys and having a lot of fun did help me forget about what happened to me today, which I will get into in a few seconds. And this is why it's so important for people to just realize who they are as a person. And not only did what happened today show me how far I've come as a person, but it's also showed me that, you know, who I was. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into what actually happened, just so that you guys can stop wondering, stop guessing. What is it? What happened? Come on, Fight Night, start stringing this along. All right. So this morning was like, or the morning of whatever, I don't know, what's today? Today's date, February 11th of 2015, was a morning that was just chaotic in the sense of, like, I'm one of those type of people where it's like, if I have an assignment for school, I will know that I will have to do it, and I'll kind of like just wait to the last minute to kind of do it. But I know I do that because I know I can get it done and I can do it effectively. But a lot of times I get lazy and I tend not to, you know, want to do it, because school, it really isn't my thing. Any of you guys who have seen some of my other topical commentaries, you guys know this already. School's not my thing, but I do well in it. So I end up doing an assignment this morning that had some problem with it, like going through the whole system that it has to be submitted through. And as a long story short with that, it didn't end up going through. So it kind of started off my mood in like a really bad and negative way. Like, I was already up since 4:30 in the morning doing this assignment, haven't eaten, haven't done anything like that of the sort. So my patience were kind of thin, and I'm the type of person where I'm a real patient guy. I'm cool, kind of calm and collective, but there's certain, like everybody, you just have those spots that just really trigger you, like really sets you to go off. So I end up going to my next class. Everything's fine, everything's cool, and end up leaving my college or university, or however you guys like to say it. So I'm leaving the campus, and I ride the bus. Like, come on, I'm from New York, NTA. That's pretty much how most people get around who don't have cars and things of the sort. So while I'm going to wait for the bus, considering this is a university and you can only imagine how many kids are leaving that school at the time, is it's pretty chaotic just to get onto the bus. In order to get onto the bus, you have to be into the front, and you gotta hope that people aren't just gonna stand there and just twiddle their thumbs in hopes of getting onto the bus. So pretty much everybody's pushing and shoving people out of the way, but in a way that it's not so much noticeable. But like, let's say you're directly next to me, I might be putting force on you so that I can squeeze into the next available spot to get closer to the front door so that I can go ahead and swipe my card and go through. So that's kind of the scene in the picture that I want you guys to have in your mind. Imagine a bunch of people crowding around one thing, like almost like a burning building, right? And you're full of a burning building with a lot of people trying to get out a one-door exit. But the building's not really burning in this case. It's more like, imagine the urgency people have to get out of a burning building. It's the same kind of urgency people have when it comes to getting onto a bus. Same kind of thing. But in this case, there's really no danger unless if you have to wait for the next bus that could take a while to come. So while I'm waiting for the bus, I'm standing towards, like, in between this chick, and I'm being pushed up against the bus basically by one person. Like, one or two people behind me are kind of like pushing me from behind. No homo on that, for all you people who have the homophobia and you that swear that you need to say something about that. Two people are kind of pushing me, and then I'm being kind of pushed up on the bus by the chick that's on the side of me, she's pushing me, but in the sense of, like, she's kind of firm in her spot. Is like, I'm not moving from here. So while I'm waiting to get onto the bus, people are pushing and shoving, and the chick that's next to me has the audacity, after kind of like putting pressure on me to kind of like be up against the bus, she's gonna ask if I cannot push her or shove her. So I have my headphones in, and immediately, like, I paused my music, and I thought at first she was talking to somebody else. I'm like, pushing and shoving, like, who's pushing and shoving? Because I'm literally just standing here not trying to get pushed into the bus. So she asked me that question. I go ahead and I say, who are you talking to? And because assumingly I look behind me to see if, like, is there somebody behind me that's pushing you, or is it, because who's pushing you? Because I'm not pushing you. I'm just standing there. So she's like, oh, I'm talking to you, clearly. I'm asking you nicely to stop pushing me. I said, first of all, I'm not pushing you. I'm being pushed myself. And clearly everybody's being pushed. So I don't know why you're sitting here blaming me for you getting pushed when I'm not the one doing it. Oh, you're clearly the person that's next to me. You're pushing me. So I'm sitting here like this, she can't be serious. So I say to myself, Fight Night, you know how you get, or you know how you used to get. I'm the type of person where it's like, if I feel like you're disrespecting me, you best to believe all ammunition is coming out the closet, and I get to planning and plotting immediately, like just bad thoughts and hurting people and things of the sort. So one thing I don't like to be is disrespected, regardless to what it is. I don't like being accused of something that I didn't do, because I feel like you're just accusing people, especially if you don't have your facts straight. Don't accuse somebody who's just innocently standing by. That's one of the worst things you can do, and that really, really pushes my buttons. So she goes on to say, oh, I'm speaking to you calmly. I'm asking you not to fucking push me, and starts cursing. And I'm sitting here like, if you were speaking to me calmly, in a logical response, I say to her, if you're speaking to me calmly, you want to be sitting here cursing and whatnot. And then the chick, one of her friends, or the white chick next to her, was like, well, this is a white girl, by the way, anyway. They'll get into the whole story in a bit, but she's going to go ahead and say, well, she's pregnant. I said, that's fine that she's pregnant, but I'm not the one pushing her, so I don't know what her problem is. So then she's going to be like, oh, don't worry, that's exactly why his people get treated like that, just like an animal. When I heard that, YouTube, Fight Night Finest subscribers, I swear to you guys, I almost lost it. Like, in my head, I literally wanted to just punch her right in her mouth. Like, I don't hit females, but for you to resort to racism when you don't get what you want after somebody's calmly speaking to you, that's just like, I felt so angry in the sense of like, why would you even resort to that, especially in this day and age? Why display your ignorance and your racism to everybody? Like, I don't know if it was, I don't know if you just did that because emotionally, you know, you're on your period or whatever with your pregnancy, or if you just did that to flat out be racist because you don't like what was being said to you. This is where I knew how much I've grown as a person, though, because back in the day, man, even though I'm not that old, like, I would have been a lot more immature about this, and I could have went off like I know how I can. All those things that I would think when the minute I was accused of doing something I didn't, I just felt like I was gonna snap right there and just let it go. And I haven't thought like that since I started doing YouTube. I have not had those kind of thoughts. So it let me know as a person how much I've grown for me to calmly respond and say, just relax, everybody's gonna get on the bus. So that's just a story I thought I would share with you guys. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Anyway, it's been your boy, Fight Nate's Finest, the Selfie Commentator, and I'm off this. Peace!
Open up! You sure he still live here?
Fool, I told you this it.
Open up!
Who the fuck is it? CJ, the fuck you want? Get the fuck out of here.